So I picked up some, looks like #1 sandpaper. I mean, steel wool, kind of coarse. It's going to do a great job. No idea. It behaved like it was white glue. I don't see it, but yeah, what the hell, it could happen. Now the inside of this does not show because the painting comes right up to this fillet. So I don't much have to concern myself with that. The bead does show. So look at that. There we go. Another little spot. Can't do much to the surface because I kind of, you know, that shooting oneself in the foot. I did that. So I put the, you know, the color in a coat of, in a sealer. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. I can make it through it. Okay, and that, do that. Alright. That's now ready for a coat of tung oil. Probably brush it on, and it'll be super. Gotta really clean this thing. Boy, the amount of dust. Shellac, dry shellac. That's why we do it, because the surface breaks, it powders, and it turns into you know, a nice open surface for another coat or something to go onto. Very nice. Very cool. Alright, so wipe this down. Then I got to get back to that. My big plan for the day, which was to get a piece of blocking in for a hanger. I could, I'm sure you're saying, but Dave, you've got this piece of wood, you could just hang it on that. It just doesn't seem like enough. Maybe I don't need to put a piece of blocking in. Maybe I just need to put a cleat on the inside. I can hear you. If I just put a little 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch cleat right there on the inside of this, I could then hook, that cleat would hook over the head of a screw or something in the wall and allow me to adjust it so that it was level. We've got some little squeezy clamps. Let me cut a little 1/4 by 1/4 piece of wood about that long, get some white glue and some squeezy clamps, and just clamp that up and be done. Good idea. Be right with you. Okay, this is, I'm sure you definitely didn't want to miss this. Let's see if I can get it smeared over a couple of other places too. Okay, alright, not to worry. Now this I want to have, if anything, I want to have it a little teeny bit inboard. Doesn't have to be much. What I really should do is watch out for putting glue. Remember that glue on all your hands? Yeah, yeah. Alright. There you go. Alright, this will be ready in, you know, about an hour. Alright, and then I can get this thing coated. Be great. So now I've got a hook. This is just moving right along. And it looks pretty darn good. Alright, I'll bring you back when it gets time to put a coat of tung oil on this. Super. In the meantime, I'll go hang it up somewhere. A teeny bit. We'll see. We'll see. Good. Good. Oh, that is excellent. All right. If I do tint it, I'll probably do it in this. That could be interesting. All right, gloves off. Done, 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 done. It's Miller time. All right, thanks for watching. We'll take this up later. Cool. Well, here we are the next day. This is dry, and I'm thinking, just looking at it, thinking I should just call it quits. Wax this thing up, and be done. I think it looks pretty good, relatively uniform. Let's just, for the heck of it, let's try putting the art object into it. Like that. It's not attached at all, so it's a little teeny bit jumpy. But we're not going to say too much about that. Okay, so there we have that. And now let's take a look. And raise this up. Let me back you up a little bit. All right. Pardon if it looks a little crooked. Everything's fine. Anyway, so it's not often that you get an opportunity to look at a thing when you're not done with the thing. Remember I said how I had a color in this that sort of was reminiscent of a color in this? Well, there it is. And I believe that. Lots of gradations. I mean, clearly the artist gave me a lot to work with. But it's not quite right. I think I want a little more red. I talked about putting another coat of varnish on this, and I talked about tinting it a little bit. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe this down with some 400 grit sandpaper and give us another coat of varnish with a little bit of red in it. A little bit, teeny bit. Let's see how that works out. I'll bring you back. The thing to be most concerned about, at least according to Dave at this moment is the fillets around these beads. I don't want to leave them too full, because let's face it, the varnish gets into there. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to do all the outsides, then I'll go around and do all the insides, and then I'm going to flat sand the tops and the insides and outsides. Then I'm going to steel wool the round part of this bead. And just because it's a thing you know you want to do doesn't mean that you absolutely have to do it all a particular way. A little dent right there I wish wasn't there, in case anyone wants to know. I'm struggling a little bit with how I'm going to tint this. The tints that I use are so strong. And I don't really want to mix up a gallon of, I don't have a gallon, but you know, understand what I'm saying. I don't want to mix up a huge amount of tung oil. I've got a little bit in this can. Maybe I'll put a little bit more from one of the jars into the can and have that be my, because let's face it, I don't need much, right? Okay, so I think at the moment I'm happy with the that dry brushing thing that I did. I think this, by the way, is 400 grit paper. Pretty fine. But when I think about 50 years working as a carpenter, how many times I sanded something with 400 grit paper. Yeah. I'm going to be generous and say twice. I don't really think that. Not often. Did a couple of varnished mahogany built-in units that I got to 300. I think I used 320 grit paper. That, I think at the time, was the finest I'd ever used. And I'm sure some carpenters, work on fine work and do that a lot, but it wasn't me. I was more of a 120 grit and get a coat of paint on it sort of carpenter. Alright, so that's that. This, I'm sure I said before, doesn't show, won't show. Cool. And now, this outside edge. Alright. I was thinking I was going to get this home today, but it's not going to happen. Because I'm sure you know I just need some more red. More red. It's like 70s rock music. It sometimes just needs more cowbell. But all in all, I mean, that ragging that I did to put this stuff on, which was, paper towel, and I got it. But it left a nice, smooth surface. I mean, I'm hitting this with a 400 and it just takes care of it, like that. It's very smooth. My plan was to steel wool and wax, and you catch on that I'm not doing that, but it would have been, if I was happy with the color, that'd have been fine. Cool. I picked out some wood when I did this, when I started this project. I picked out some wood that was, this is pine. It was a little bit blue stained. It's pine in the drying fields. In that moment between when it was sawn and was fresh off the saw carriage, stacked up in the field, hadn't dried yet, but was still, still had moisture in it. There's a moment as that moisture content goes down toward atmospheric that the wood's got just the right amount of moisture in it to grow fungus, and in particular blue staining fungus. Sometimes, where I've known sawmills that have had it hit hard, conditions being just right, and the spores being omnipresent, and everything in the yard, for a period of time turning blue. And a lot of times people that are buying high quality pine don't want that blue stain. In my case, it provides a little bit of excitement, so I kind of like it. Well, you can really get into the steel wool. I've got a little collection of, all of the different grades: 2, 1, 2, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0. This is a 1, 0, which I don't know what that really means, but it means it's, finer than a 0, a 1, and not as fine as a 2, 0. Anyway, this is nice. Not big scratches, but doing a little bit of work, cleaning that bead. Good. Nice. Just nice. Cool. You have to be careful of the sharp corners, 'cause if you hit those, you'll cut through this colored finish. Not good. So I'm sort of steering a little bit with my fingernail inside this little muffin. All right, now do the insides. Insides are just as important, but smaller. This is good. All right, next I'm gonna, I don't know what, wipe this down, blow this off, and try to color up some tung oil. Can't say that I've done that a lot, but here we go. All right, that looks great. That looks great. I'm pretty pleased. Moving along. Okay, so here we go. I've got some tung oil. I've got some tinting liquid. This is, I believe these are aniline dyes. Trans tint is what this is called when you could read the label. This one's red mahogany. A little bit goes a long way. Touching the thing with when it's open without gloves on means that you will have that color on your hands for the rest of your life. Wipe a coat on the frame, kind of a lot. Dust it off with this, in case I have to. Okay, and so I don't want to tint the whole of this jar. And I don't want to get it all over everything, but I don't think a lot of those things are going to come true. All right, that's enough. That's more than I need to do this. All right, so done that. Now tinting time. Typically I put 5 to 6 times more in than I want. Sometimes, you know, twice that. All right, that's 2 drops. That's a lot. I mostly use that in alcohol, but I use it sometimes with my epoxy. Oh well. I don't think it's dissolving in this. Shit. This is a terrible tutorial. Oh well, doesn't matter. I'm moving on. Got this mixed. Nice little teeny tint to it. Little teeny bit. All over my effing fingers. Alright. Tinted. Moving along. This is my rag. This is my object. These are my sticks to keep it from touching this thing because it's contaminated with dust. The sticks are not. And now, oh yeah, oh yeah. So first I think I'll go around the inside edge, just get that done. Doesn't much matter. A little teeny bit of red cast to it, kind of nice. Not as much as I was hoping for, to be honest. But it's reddish. That's what I was looking for, reddish. I mean, if I wanted it red, I could paint it red, right? Of course. That's done. Good. I'm going to go around to the outside edge. I think that's it. So now it's the front. Wipe it down. Nah. I'm going to get the brush and just dry brush it. Alright, that's that. I'll throw this away because it's done. Alright, done. And I don't think this brush is dry enough. I'm going to get some paper towels and wipe the brush down as I go. I'm going to get a fresh one. This varnish is hanging up and really showing in the fillets of the bead. All right, that looks super. I'm real pleased. All right, so done. I'm gonna hang this up and tomorrow I'll steel and wax it, nail the frame in, and take it home. Great. All right, thanks for watching. I'm gonna hang it up. Hopefully I don't drop it. It shouldn't be that hard to do. Got it? First try. All right, that'll be great there. All right, so let's go do something else. All right, well, I think that should do. Let's see what it looks like in place. So this is our thing. We've got it done. This is what it looks like in the back. All spiffy. And look at that. Got it level with the top of this. Pretty level that way. Got it a little bit centered. I think it looks good. What do you think? We're going to enjoy this for years. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to my good sister-in-law. And here we are. It's lovely. What a long haul. I had no idea this was going to take, what is it? It's been 8 months since I started this. Maybe more. A little bit more. Anyway, but done. It's important what you get done, not just how fast you do it. Anyway, thanks for watching. You know, we'll see you in the next one. I'm not so sure I love the smoke detector right there, but all in all, I think it looks great. I had to put the smoke detector on the wall because this is a couple 100-year-old ceiling and it's not in the best of condition. There was really no easy way to hook a box in. So we decided to just keep the ceiling clean, not penetrated at all. It's been through a lot. That ceiling's been there since 1740. And it's, you know, it's not really flat. It's not really smooth. It's still stuck, but didn't want to touch it. So got the smoke detector on the wall, and the painting is now, you know, living comfortably next to it. Thanks for watching.